Good afternoon once again. My name is Jerry Rothkoff. I am managing attorney of Rothkoff Law Group, an elder care law firm located in both Pennsylvania and New Jersey, assisting seniors and their caregivers with how to get the best care and then figure out how to pay for that quality care. With us today in our continuing who's who of the front lines of elder care in the Delaware Valley area is Cass Forkin. I have known Cass for many years, and I have all the respect in the world for what she has done and what she continues to do. Cass Forkin is the Chief Visionary Officer and the founder of a nonprofit organization that is referred to as Twilight Wish Foundation. Cass, welcome.
Thanks for inviting me on your show, Jared. I really appreciate the opportunity to let the people in the state of Pennsylvania and state of New Jersey know about Twilight Wish Foundation and what we've been doing. And yes, I have known you, I think, right back almost from the very beginning. This week will be 17 years since we've been granting wishes for seniors. You were one of our first board members, if I remember right, maybe 15, 16 years ago.
That's correct.
So thank you for still being with us.
Well, and thank you for doing what you do. Let's get right into it because, you know, and you do such wonderful work. And I would love you to tell our audience a little about Twilight Wish, because a lot of people, when I tell them about Twilight Wish, they say, and their first reaction is, wow, such a fabulous organization.
Right.
Why haven't I heard of it? So I want people to hear about the great work you do. So tell us a little about what is Twilight Wish Foundation about?
So we're about making the wishes and dreams come true for people that are 65 years and older who, for one reason or another, are not able to make their own wishes come true. And we've been doing that for 17 years. We've granted over 3,330 wishes at this point. We grant approximately 180 wishes a year for the last 17 years. And we do that across the entire country, but we're really focused heavily in Pennsylvania, which is where we're headquartered, and all of the surrounding states. So what happened was, about 17 years ago, I was sitting in a diner with my daughter, and she was learning how to drive, and we were just chatting, and I noticed this group of elderly ladies sitting at a table. And when it was time to pay, they were counting out their dollars, and I thought, wow, I'm just going to treat them because it seems like it's a big deal. And I just paid. I gave the waitress a 20. I said, let them know that their meal is covered. And I really just wanted to do it as a thank you for seniors for what you've done for others, paving the path. And I was going to do it anonymously, but the waitress pointed me out, and they came over to my table. And fortuitously, I guess, I stood up, and the one woman hugged me, and she said, thank you for what you did. We didn't know that there were people like you anymore. And those words just stuck with me for a long time. Like, why didn't she know that there were people like me anymore? And as I was thinking about it and really praying on it, what am I supposed to do? Because I had a feeling I was supposed to do something with my life. I'm one of those people who, a survivor of a near-death experience as a child. At some point in my life, I'm like, okay, Lord, why did you save me? What do you want me to do? And as I was thinking about this event, it was like a lightning bolt. Boom, this is what you shall do. And it came to me sort of like a Sunshine Foundation for seniors. And I thought, that's crazy. That's got to be out there already. I mean, we've been granting wishes for children for decades at that point. And when I started searching, I realized there was not one mechanism for someone who would be like me, very busy running companies, et cetera, to be able to make a wish come true for a senior. No venue. And that's when I realized, oh gosh, we really do have a lack in this country. And my wish was, okay, this should be national. So the very first year that I started with that wish in my heart, we ended up getting covered by Family Circle magazine. And without any clue, that this was answering my wish, 600, 700 people called me from all states and even 4 other countries because of this article saying, we want to help, we want to be part of this. And that word of granting wishes to seniors was no longer a secret.
Right.
It was out there.
Right. And so, you have, I guess, at that experience with you in that diner with you and your daughter, you realized you had a higher calling in life, basically. So what I love about Twilight Wish Foundation is it's about fun. It's not about death and dying.
Yes.
It's about living a senior living his or her life.
Let me show you pictures, Jerry. Okay. It's about fun. This woman was 82 years old, and her wish was to go on an 18-wheeler around the country. It was the longest wish we ever did. It took 2.5 weeks to send her around the country, but she had a blast. And oh my gosh, what fun was that? Let's see. This gentleman, he was a World War II vet, and he literally was on oxygen, and his flag, he was a Jersey one, his flag it fell over in his front yard, and his wish was to have it raised back up. And when it got raised back up, it was a big deal because all of the Vietnam vets pulled up on their motorcycles and saluted him, and it was incredible. So let's see, this woman, 75 years old, this was a Pennsylvania woman. She wanted to go up in a biplane. And I love veterans. Veterans are so amazing. We actually had a veteran pilot who donated his time in his plane to make this wish come true. Here's another veteran, a World War II Marine, whose wish was to go back to his World War II reunion. And he was going to sell his house to be able to do it. And Twilight Wish stepped in and made it happen for him. So this guy, this is a crazy wish. I can't believe we did, but we did. This guy, he was a Navy veteran. He was 75 years old, and he wanted to go up in a fighter jet. A fighter jet. You can't even find fighter jets. You know how difficult that is? We made that happen.
Cool.
So,
and you also, I see behind your shoulder, there's the Phillies. So a lot of seniors are tied, their wishes to either meet a famous baseball player or something with the Phillies, right?
That's right. On the simple end of wishes, a lot of seniors, I mean, across the country, but really here in Philly, their wishes are to go to a baseball game. Now, if they've been in a nursing home or a facility for a while, that's not always a reality for them. And we've been able to grant, I'm going to say the Phillies have been #1 across the country that always stepped up and treated our seniors, sometimes 12 at a time or more, to a night that we'll never forget. And so I put that one up for you, Jared, because I know you're a Phillies fan, and we have so many Phillies wishes that we've granted. I adore the Phillies. And actually, we've granted wishes. You name the team, they've granted wishes for us in baseball.
There are requirements, though, for right. You have. I mean, my understanding is that basically, you would grant you're a 501c3 nonprofit.
Right.
So any contributions to Twilight Wish can be tax deductible.
Yes.
And you have certain requirements as to you have a grant wishes, I guess, department who reviews the requests that come in, and there's certain requirements that must be fulfilled for monies to be expended to grant the wish. Correct?
Right, and it's not complicated. It's actually a pretty easy process. It's available on our website at twilightwish.org, and for example, every brochure that we have has in it the kinds of wishes that we grant, in case you're wondering. Yes, that is Vanna White. And it also has in it how you can help, how you can grant wishes. And then it tells you how to qualify. And it used to be you had to be 68, but we dropped that age to 65 a few years back. You have to be able to say that it's your wish. Your family member can't make the wish for you, thinking it's your wish, but it's not your wish. That's important to us. And you have to be physically and cognitively able to do whatever that wish is. So we usually say, and you've done something for others in your lifetime. We like to know your story and why this wish is important to you. But basically, those wish applications are free. We're a 501c3. You can put a wish in for somebody that you love, that you know has a wish but can't make it come true, or somebody that you know, or yourself. Usually we definitely have a documented need. So you can't, it's if you have tons of money and you want to go on
Right,
a
so there's
trip.
financial requirements. So
Yeah, there's a financial requirement.
because I know, for example, I think one wish was you had several elderly women go up, I recall, in a hot air balloon.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, if you can pay someone, you can rent a hot air balloon. So if you can pay, if you can afford to rent a hot air balloon,
Yeah.
then you cannot. I'm assuming that.
Yeah, and so what we
Not go
do
that
is we just tie it to what your income level is. And if your income level is poverty level or 200% of poverty level, which is somewhere around, I don't even know that exact number this year, but somewhere around $20,000 or less, then you would qualify to get a wish come true. And that information is on our website. And that number goes up if there are other people living in the house. So,
And we'll put that information when this interview is posted
sure.
on our YouTube and social media
Yes.
platforms. We'll put the Twilight Wish Foundation
And
website on there.
I want to assure people, Jerry, that we are looking for quality wishes. We love granting wishes. I have an excellent team of ladies who are in the Doylestown headquarters office who can grant wishes anywhere in this state. And I also have chapters or in this country, and I have chapters across the country. So if you're thinking, I don't know if this is possible, but it's a good wish and you know why, please go ahead and fill out one of those documents and scan it into us, email it into us. They get reviewed once a month, the second Thursday of each month. And if you can get it in on time, it'll get reviewed at the next wish committee meeting.
These wishes, tell me, these wishes don't have to be as fancy as a hot air balloon or going in a fighter jet.
No, you're right. You had mentioned fun.
It could be very simple but important wishes, as a senior cannot afford a new oven.
Yes.
A senior needs new carpeting or a new roof on our house.
Absolutely.
The roof is leaking. It can be an important everyday issue like that.
Right.
A wish can be fulfilled. Am I correct?
Yes. In fact, I didn't talk about the 3 kinds of wishes that we grant, but that's the basic needs wishes. And they can be really simple. Someone who is in a facility who wants a picture of a farm where they grew up on, or a wheelchair for someone living on their own, or mattresses. Mattresses get old and seniors can't afford to replace them. Hearing aids, visual aids, lift chairs, dentures. I mean, we've done all of them. So you name it. And air conditioners. It's getting really hot here. If people need air conditioners, that's a great wish for us to do. So we also do one more time wishes, which are when people have been away from their job for 10 years or more, or not even 10 years. One thing that they really want to do to feel valued again is to go back and do that job. So my favorite wishes are having teachers go back and read to nursery school students one more time, or having a waitress who was 50 years in the one facility return so that everyone could honor her for all the great things she did for them over the years. Those are my favorite wishes. Wow. My gentleman out of Jenkintown wanted to be a postman one more day. Wow, everybody came out to meet him. It was a fabulous wish. And the third kind we do are the ones I sort of started with, living life to the fullest wishes, the shining
moments.
That's the
fun stuff.
Yeah, fun stuff. You said fun first, so I went there.
Right.
But it can be really big or it can be really small, and it doesn't matter as long as it's important to the wish recipient and meaningful to them.
Right, and the only way you can grant these wishes, obviously, is you need the funding. I mean,
we need funding.
You can't forget about funding, because that's the only way it makes it happen.
Right.
And you have grants.
Yes.
So but a lot of it is also individual contributions as
yes.
well. So if someone is interested in contributing to Twilight Wish Foundation, or a company is interested in contributing,
right.
that they can go to your website for information.
Yes.
On contributions.
And I do want to say 2 things about that. If you have a family foundation and you're looking for where can you contribute your amount that you have to give out based on your assets this year, please consider Twilight Wish. One of the things that is most sustainable for us, that keeps us going, are these family foundations that give us $5,000 or $3,000 or $10,000 a year. That keeps us going. Honestly, I'm so thankful for those. In addition, we have sometimes had where people pass away and they want to leave behind a smile, someone who was a jovial person who this is a great way to do it. Grant a wish in their honor from donations when they pass away. Those things are very important to us. We're not one of those organizations that brings in a ton of money every year. We make it. We just make it, and we do such a great job.
Right. I mean, could be a memorial contribution. Those $25, $30 contributions add up.
Right. That's right. We also have those on our website. If you wanted to, for Mother's Day, your mother has passed and you want to do something in honor of your mother, certainly you could put that information onto the website, or whatever event, a birthday for someone who has passed away that you want to honor. Of course, Mother's Day and Father's Day just passed, but just to keep those kinds of things in mind, that you can always do that in honor of someone, grant a wish in their name.
And are you also looking for volunteers in addition as well? Do you have volunteer opportunities to assist with helping make wishes come true?
We do. Not so much right now because of COVID-19. We're sort of so we're going slow on that right now. But if you're interested, that application is also on our website, a volunteer application.
Or your company that whether I'm not necessarily, or whether you can be affiliated the Phillies, the Sixers, the Eagles, the Flyers, or someone who or with Comcast and the ability to do what they do. So it's maybe there's those they can donate.
Right. I really like when companies get behind us, like what I was talking to you about before, or professional organizations in a big way, because it spreads awareness and it gets everyone involved, and it makes sense to get, whatever effort it takes to make that successful, we're going to put forth that effort and make it so that everyone gets that beautiful sense of, I've done something amazing. I've granted a wish for a senior.
Right. And there could be, and again, go visit the website, and we'll put the website further information on our social media when we post this interview.
Right.
But also maybe activities directors and such, and assisted livings and such would be a good source for you as well.
Absolutely, a great source of wishes, because so they would coordinate with Michelle Bowren, who is our director of wish management, and you can do that right through our website. And we actually sometimes every year will be communicated by the same activity directors with another person that they want to honor. And we love that because they totally know who we are, and we organize the greatest things that, sometimes become whatever it is on the news that night that makes everyone say, oh my gosh, there's good in the world. There it is. That's us.
Well, that's the beauty of it. And we only, in the minute or so we have remaining, Cass, let me reach into your inner self a bit. In other words, what does this do for you personally? So, we all have we all work with seniors for a reason, because it really feeds our inner self.
Right.
What does that do for you?
So I think that a famous quote by Gandhi was about how societies treat their most vulnerable. You can really judge them that way, tell who they are. And I don't think we were doing a really good job 17, 20 years ago in honoring those who are the most vulnerable. So for me personally, I've always been a mouthpiece for the underserved populations. And I really felt that was a population that, when you looked at where funds were going for, they were not helping seniors. It was sort of like people had this idea that they've already lived their life without realizing, no, you're still breathing. You have wishes, you have dreams, and more can happen. So for me personally, Jer, I don't know if you know, but I got to be part of the incredible movement of honoring the ladies of World War II. And that was the Rosie the Riveters. In fact, I created this postcard. I had a vision and created it. And this went to every congressman, senator, the president and vice president, just passed and current. And this helped get passed the first National Rosie the Riveter Day in 2017. And on that day, I was the hostess of the Lincoln Room in Washington, D.C., where we had our Rosies and we had all kinds of fun stuff going on. I just have this, we had some congressmen, we had Rosies, we had Rosebuds, we had a bunch of women. Women were for the first time thanked nationally by our government for building the ships and the planes of World War II. And what it did for me, when I first started Twilight Wish, I didn't know if I could do it. It was so big. And every Friday, a friend of mine would send me an email and she would say, you can do it. And it was the Rosie the Riveter thing. And if you had told me that in 2017, which was 14 years later, I would be in DC helping those ladies get honored for the first time, I don't know if I would have believed you. My life is so blessed, though. I was in the Lincoln Room where Lincoln wrote the Gettysburg Address. And I was celebrating the ladies of World War II. So
Pretty
what does
cool.
it do for me?
I think you just answered that.
I get to see all the good in the world. Is that fair? I get to see the best of the
You
world.
also get to make some good too.
I do. I have fun doing it too.
You get to make it and see it. That's a beautiful thing.
Thanks, Jer. And thanks for your support all these years, always remembering us through your clients, and just really appreciate that.
Our pleasure, because it's a worthy cause, trust me. So with that, Cass, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for all you do and bring joy to and enhance the lives of seniors, and keep up the great work, and good luck to Twilight Wish.
Thank you.
I hope more people will continue to hear about all the great things you and your organization do. So thanks again for your time.
Thank you. And thank you for spreading the word and always remembering Twilight Wish Foundation.
It's our honor to do so. So take care, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Bye-bye.